and welcome to Gamer Latte. My name is Ellen and I hope you are doing well, having a good week. This is the third time I've filmed this video, so you can probably tell what kind of week I'm having. The first time I filmed it, honestly it went fine, and then I put it in Premiere, looked at my face and was just like, no, I can't do it. I think I spoke in another video about how I expected the first time I filmed myself for this channel to really feel the weight of my insecurities and not want to do it, and that didn't happen, which is great. But it turns out I was just one slightly unflattering camera angle from really feeling like that, and yeah, you could really see every single pound I put on in lockdown, which I know is natural, but it still didn't make me feel great. The second time I tried filming it, my camera died, so third time's the charm. Speaking of charms, actually, I decided to wear this in the hope it will bring me luck. It's Geralt's wolf head medallion. My friend actually sent it to me, or should I say handed it down to me actually, the other day. She sent me a little care package and it came with this note with this really lovely message about the medallion, and so it's brought this really lovely sentiment with it. So I'm hoping I can channel my inner School of the Wolf teachings for this video, but we shall see. My camera might die again. So today I wanted to talk about indie games on the Switch. There are loads of them, there are loads of really good ones, but I feel like the Nintendo store isn't the best place to go hunting down a new game. I think if you know what you're looking for, it's great. If you don't, there is a lot of scrolling through the things that you don't want. So I thought I would compile this list because I have played so many excellent indies on the Nintendo Switch that I can share with you. This list is going to be a bit longer than my usual ones. I normally stick to kind of 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 8. That's too many. I normally stick to 5, 6, 7 entries, but I'm going to do some more because I couldn't narrow it down. But my bits about them are going to be a bit more concise, so that this video hopefully doesn't go on for too long, and you can get straight in there on your Switch downloading all these games, because there are some good ones, let me tell you. So first on the list is If Found. This is going to be a theme on my channel. I'm going to talk about If Found any chance I get, because it's one of my favourite games of all time. It is my favourite game of last year, although as I say that, I'm aware that little Last of Us 2 Ellie is silently judging me in the corner. But it is wonderful. It's a really moving story about a trans girl called Cassio who returns home to Ireland. It's about friendship, it's about the family you choose, it's about the family you don't get to choose, it's about the bravery it takes to be your true self, and the whole thing is a visual novel that you play through by rubbing out Cassio's diary. It's beautiful, it's memorable, and you will not regret playing it. Next up we have Gorogoa. Even as I'm saying it, I think I'm saying it wrong. Gorogoa. It's a hand-drawn puzzle game that is so unique in how it tells its story. You feel like you're playing works of art. Literally every moment in that game will make you wish you had it in print to frame it on your wall. The puzzles are really unique as well as being really satisfying to solve. You'll also find yourself wondering how they conceived them in the first place. It's soothing, it's beautiful, it's a real gem of a Switch game. Now another puzzle game, Return of the Obra Din, is one that I sat on for so long, so many people raved about it, I didn't play it, and I'm happy to be wrong because it meant I got to play Obra Din. It's from the maker of Papers, Please, Lucas Pope. It's a mystery game. You play as an insurance investigator and you're trying to find out what happened aboard a ship, so you have to come to lots of different conclusions. It's such a simple premise, but the way it's executed is so unique, so special. You honestly will have never played anything like it. I'm going to be honest about this one, I haven't finished it yet. I'm actually in the process of playing it, but I'm enjoying it so much so far, and I've heard such good things about it that I still feel confident in recommending it to you. I also originally bought it because I really want to put together a list of death-positive games, which might sound like a weird selection to put together, but as an anxious little bean who often worries whenever I get a phone call that it's someone ringing to tell me that someone has died, I really appreciate games that kind of take the fear out of death. So I thought that could be a list I put together in the future. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. But I Am Dead is this brightly coloured puzzle game, very different from the previous 2 puzzle games though, where you play as a museum curator and you meet ghosts on the island of Shelmerston by discovering all the things, the memories, the knickknacks, the lessons, the relationships that they've left behind. Coffee talk. It did not come as a surprise to me that a game about making coffee and listening to people's life stories is as good as it is. I played it this year, actually not too long ago, and it is hands down the best thing I've played this year so far. You basically play as the barista who owns a coffee shop called Coffee Talk. It's set in Seattle, but a kind of fantastical version of Seattle where there's all these different races. And there's amphibious people, there's cat people, there are vampires, there are werewolf-esque people. It's really heavily character driven. You basically make people coffees and listen to their problems. It's really interesting, the soundtrack is great, and it is super chilled out. An oldie but a goodie next. I say oldie, I think it came out like 4 years ago, but A Night in the Woods is a sort of coming of age story about a reckless but well-meaning teenager called May. She's a cat. Her friends are a fox with a bespectacled bear boyfriend and an alligator. I think she's an alligator if she's a crocodile. I'm so sorry. The dialogue hits so hard, it's really relatable, it's just a truly moving gaming experience. Next up we have Paradise Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? It's a poetic, neon, open-world mystery game like nothing I have ever played. You will spend a lot of time wondering what on earth is going on. It really throws you in at the deep end. But once you figure out how to wade through it, you will be so glad that you did. There are so many things I could say about Eliza. I'm honestly in awe about how a game that's that short manages to cover so many meaningful subjects. And not superficially, not facetiously. It really covers them in depth, takes them seriously, leaves you with a lot of interesting questions. It talks about the human experience, the evolution of technology, psychology, relationships, therapy. You play as Evelyn, who is starting a job as a proxy for an AI counselling program. So basically she's like the friendly human face who repeats the things that the AI feeds to her so that the people who are being counselled feel more at ease. I don't want to say any more because we'll be heading into spoiler territory really fast. There are a lot of twists and turns, but I really want to save them for you when you get to experience them. Baba Is You is a really cute little puzzle game where you basically rearrange words and sentences to change the physics, I guess, of the world around you. So for example, if there's like a lava river blocking you from the end goal and there's a sentence at the top that says lava is hot, you can change it to lava is move, and then you can push the lava away and you can finish the level. It's the perfect puzzle game because it never leaves you thinking, how on earth would I have known that? It's always really satisfying conclusions. You just have to engage your brain a little bit more than you might be used to in lockdown. A Short Hike is honestly joy in a game. I really mean that. It's a pixelated adventure game where you play as a bird called Claire who has visited an island but she needs to hike to the top to get cell phone reception. You meet these lovely little characters along the way. I won't say too much more because I have an upcoming video where I talk a lot more about A Short Hike, but it absolutely stole my heart. Okay, I'm going to do a speed round where I get through them even quicker so I can just squeeze a few more in before the video ends. Kentucky Route Zero, a fantastic game. It's full of magical realism. It's really surreal and unique, but it is not for everyone. So I will preface it with that. It's worth checking the trailers first. The Red Lantern is a survival game. I would say the actual survival mechanics aren't the best I've ever seen, but I feel like the character is really interesting. You play as a musher who is voiced by Ashley Birch, and you have to dog sled to get to your goal. And also you get to pet dogs all the time. Best Friend Forever, another dog game. It's a light-hearted dating sim focused on dog owners. It's very progressive, it has a very good sense of humour. It's a nice way to spend a few hours basically. Gone Home is a mystery walking sim where you return to your family home to find it empty. I go into much more detail about this game in the next video, so I won't talk about it anymore here. Sorry, that's really vague. And finally, Florence. I'm only giving this a speed round mention because it's also available on your phone, and I would argue that that's the best way to experience it, which I know sounds mad, but Florence is this lovely game about creativity, love, heartbreak. It's only half an hour long, but that just means that I've played it 4 or 5 times, honestly. So there you have it, my suggestions for amazing indie games to play on Nintendo Switch. If I missed out any that you love, then please let me know in the comments. I love recommendations, I truly do. And if I mentioned any of your favourites, then let me know in the comments and we can have a little chat about them. But until next time, happy downloading. I hope you enjoy my suggestions, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.